Hi everyone, I'm GSP. Welcome to my Rushfit warm-up. This program has been designed by Eric Owens.
The Rushfit warm-up is a multifaceted warm-up that uses only body weight motions and allows you to work every muscle of your body in a functional manner to get you ready for the work to come and the rounds. So let's not waste too much time, guys. Let's go and get started here with a shoulder width stance, and we're just going to do some torso twist. So as you notice, I want to get my elbows up about shoulder height. They can dip down a little bit, that's okay. And I pick a good pivot point on the ground. I want to rotate back and forth. Imagine that my elbows, if there's a line, just about going about 180 degrees, if there's a sphere here, right? I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go all the way around here. I don't want to injure myself. Because remember, we're just warming up. We're trying to get the body loose, core temperature up, so we don't injure ourselves, and we're ready for the work to come.
The body is like an elastic. If you try to stretch an elastic when it's cold, it's gonna snap. If you try to stretch it when it's warm, now you're gonna be able to play with it.
Now we're doing each exercise for 60 seconds. So right now we have about 10 seconds left, and then we're gonna switch and go into our next exercise, which is a side bend. Let's keep going though, guys. We have about 5 seconds. All right, good job. So now here in our stance, we're just going to lean to one side, kicking our hip out, reaching over, then going to the other side. This is a side bend, and what we don't want to do is we don't want to bend forward and then over. We want to keep our body stacked, meaning knee, hip, shoulder, everything in alignment. We let the hip kick out to the side and we reach. This is going to be stretching the muscles of the hips and of the lats, and this is a very important movement pattern. In most functional fitness and in fighting, you have to be able to move side to side as well as forward and backwards.
Like every other exercise, you start slowly and you try to pick it up as time goes on.
Now we have about 20 seconds left in this. And also work at your own rate. If you find you're starting to fatigue, the form's starting to go away, step back, maybe take a few deep breaths, then get back at it. 10 more seconds, guys.
Warm-up is very important. It prevents injuries and it allowed us to have our full range of motion.
Okay, great job. Now let's turn and face this direction, and we're gonna come down onto our fingers, walking out into the plank position, and we're gonna walk our feet up to our hands. You just turn, switch directions, and go back in the other direction. This is a great way to stretch all the muscles on the back side of the body. We're also activating the core. We're starting to get things a little bit, the difficulty is increasing here now. So you might find that your body temperature is increasing, that's good. You should be starting to sweat probably around this point, maybe within a couple more exercises. The difficulty, the complexity is going to increase. And one of the things you might notice, so Victoria, if you can, let's do a modification. Let's do a bent knee modification. So Victoria happens to have great flexibility, but if her flexibility wasn't so good, she's going to come up like this. She's going to kind of tuck under, and she's going to lower down with a bent knee position. That's going to allow her to get down there on the ground, walk herself out, and as she walks her feet up, she'll also do it in a bent knee position. All right, great job, Victoria. Okay, about 5 more seconds, guys. Let's try to get one more. Okay. Now up and standing, we're going to take a move from capoeira, okay? We're going to do the jingo. We're going to go side to side, so it's like a backward lunge. We bring one hand in front, so yeah, your defend hand up a little bit higher, George, come up in front of the face, and we go side to side. This is a great move. It develops fluidity. Basically, it's a backward lunge. We go side to side, and capoeira has some very effective techniques, and this is one of the base moves of capoeira. I'm sure none of us are very good at it, but still a fun exercise, and it's a great variation of a lunge.
Capoeira, it's a martial art from Brazil. It's also a style of dancing.
Yeah. And this is one of their base motions. It's a great way to warm up the body. Moving back and forth. We have coordination here. We're lunging back with one leg, then back with the other. About 10 more seconds to go here, and then we're going to do our walkout push-up. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now here, shoulder width stance. We're going to lower down, squatting. We're going to walk out into the full push-up position. Hands underneath the shoulders, lower down, then come back up. Try to stress getting a full range of motion here. So you squat all the way down, get your hands into the ground, you walk out to get your hands underneath your shoulders. You don't want them far back, you don't want them too far forward. A good alignment, lower down, chest to the deck, press all the way up, then back into standing. Okay, now we're about halfway into it, guys, so 30 more seconds. And you'll notice as when they come back up into the standing position, we want to make sure our heels get on the ground before we stand up. And let's check out Victoria's form here. So if you start to fatigue a little bit, it's okay to lower down to your knees. It's also okay to restrict your range of motion if necessary. If you can't lower all the way down, what you don't want to have happen is lead with your head or collapse in the core. You want to keep the core activated at all times, maintain good alignment, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. Okay, now back in the standing, guys. We're going to come here, feet together, and lateral lunges going side to side. Try to imagine your feet are running on parallel lines here. We don't want our toes pointing too far out or too far in. When we take our step out too, we want to sit back into our heel. Notice how the trail leg stays straight. The lead leg is a leg that bends. The hands raise up as a counterbalance, and that's also activating the muscles in the shoulders, giving us a full body warm-up. Remember, functional training is about using all muscles of the body, not just one or two. Halfway there, guys. And if you notice, they're not working at a breakneck speed. The speed is enough to make sure that they're working, but yet this isn't really a workout yet. Remember, it's a warm-up. We're just getting the body warm and loose. If you're finding you're out of breath and you're about to pass out, you probably need to slow down a little bit and do a little bit less repetitions. Find your own speed and figure out what works for you.
It's important to make the blood circulate everywhere, in every muscle, in every joint of our body, to prevent injuries. You know, it's very important.
Okay, now here in our stance, let's lower it down. We're going to walk out, and we're going to do our push-up with a lateral hold here, okay? So we're going to come up, a lateral plank. We lower down to the push-up and back out. All right, guys, let's get on it. Walk out, and once you get out into that push-up position, you're going to maintain that push-up position. So they're all the way down, you open up, you rotate. So notice how they rotate on their feet completely. They rotate, and after they hold a 5-second hold, they lower back down. Good. And if you find that a 5-second hold is not really challenging, try to hold it 10 seconds. Try to hold 20 seconds. Try to hold 30 seconds. Do the best you can. But 5 seconds usually does the trick. And the key is you don't want your core to sag. You want to keep your hips up in the air. That's going to activate your obliques. Now, Victoria, when you lower down, if you can't do a knee push-up, so lower back down, lower down to your knees. Then you're going to come up, and then raise off your knees. Yeah, so that's totally acceptable. You can lower down to your knees in order to do this. Okay, excellent. Now let's walk back up into the standing position. And that's going to set you guys up in the perfect position for your air squat, okay? So as you're here, you just want to lower down, thighs to parallel, hands up as a counterbalance, come back into standing, all the way up, all the way down.
Already start breaking a sweat now. That's a good thing.
Now if you notice, key things here, their knees aren't going too far forward. The knees initiate the motion, but then they start to sit back and down. They don't round here at the back and collapse to keep themselves upright. If you start to collapse, you probably need to shorten your distance, shorten the depth of your squat. You want to push down into your heels. You want to activate all the muscles in the posterior chain, your hamstrings, your glutes. Good core activation, proper alignment of the spine. And there again, you're not trying to do as many reps as possible. You're just trying to do good repetitions, full range of motion. About 15 more seconds.
Breathing is very important too. Inhale by the nose, exhale by the mouth.
Okay, excellent work. Now, let's walk out here, okay? And as we get down here, we're gonna get in the quadruped position, meaning I want my hands underneath my shoulders and I want my knees underneath my hips. A wide enough base so I have stability, but not too wide. Then I'm gonna go opposite knee to elbow, extend, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then back in. We're gonna stay on the same side. Stay on the same side, everybody. So you're just gonna switch opposite knee to opposite elbow. 3, 2, 1. Keep going, in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's switch sides. So get your stance in place, proper base, and go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Now let's come around to a lying position, lying face up, okay? And now we're gonna do our straight up, okay? So we're pulling our toes back towards us, hands are overhead. We're gonna try to sit straight up and touch the ceiling here, okay? And then we're gonna lower right back down, right when the hands touch, right back up. We're gonna finish off with 1 minute of this, and that will complete our warm-up.
Remember that this is not a race, this is just a warm-up. The importance of this is the form. And it's not the repetition, it's not the number of repetition. It's to be able to break a little bit of sweat and ready to go for, after, to be ready for a hard workout.
That's a very good point, George. And if you notice, George is sweating. Everybody here is sweating. It's a difficult warm-up, but yet everybody's able to talk. Everyone's able to still interact. They're not at that point where they're filled with lactic acid. We're not working out yet. Just getting everything loose and ready. About 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody.
That completes our warm-up, and now we're ready to attack the real workout. Congratulations, everyone. Hi everyone, I'm Rushfit.mp4. Welcome to my fight conditioning workout. This has been designed by my trainer, Eric Owings.
Hi everyone. What we've designed here is an MMA workout that's different than the traditional cardio kickboxing workout. Being that we go from vertical to horizontal quite a bit, we're actually including groundwork and takedowns. So there will be striking, there will be movement, but there will also be grappling moves and other moves. Now, you'll want to have looked at the foundation movements to have an understanding about what we're talking about, the terminology. Also, take your time when doing this. You'll notice that everybody here might work at a little bit faster rate than what you're used to. Try to find your own rhythm and try to keep the movements coordinated. So always think about having good stance, meaning that the feet are shoulder width apart, natural. But remember, we're also going to switch stance throughout about every 30 seconds in. In between, we include calisthenics at the end of each round during our break, so we're actually doing a little bit extra work. But if you feel that you're winded and you can't do it, that's by all means you can eliminate those, but we're going to push through and try to do a little bit of calisthenics in between. So is everybody ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so starting off in our natural stance, okay? Meaning left foot forward, right foot back. We're just going to start with basic movement, okay? Going forward, backward, side, and side. And find your own rhythm and just do these basic motions. Forward, backward, side, side. Forward, backward, side, side.
This is really the basic of mixed martial art. Movement. If you move well, you're not going to get hit. So that's the most important thing, not getting hit.
Okay, very good. Now let's do a stance switch. So we're just going to switch stance and same thing. Forward, backward, side, side. Forward, backward, side, side. And it's very important you show up in a good stance each time. Don't show up with your feet too narrow nor your feet too wide. Always come back to that natural stance. That's home base. You always want to come back to there. Every time you move, you're back in stance. So only move as quick as you can while coming back in the proper stance.
It's important to work out both sides.
Okay, switch stance and forward, backward, side, side, level change. Forward, backward, side, side, level change. Now, we exaggerate the level change a little bit in this one, maybe a little bit more than what George might do in a fight, because we're making the leg muscles stronger. You're going up and down, try to really get a deep squat if possible, and if you have to go a little bit more shallow, that's okay. Excellent work, everybody, and switch stance, same thing, forward, backward, side, side, level change. Forward, backward, side, side, level change. And if you notice, everybody has their hands up. You don't want your hands down. They don't have to be super high, but you want to keep them definitely right in the shoulder line, and on occasion, lift them up.
One of the good tricks to rest your arm while and keeping your arm up is you use your body to hold your elbow. If you see my elbow is close, my elbow is on my body, so I don't necessarily use all my shoulder strength to keep my arms up.
Okay, now switch stance and forward, backward, side, side, change levels and shoot. pivot towards the back heel, forward, backward, side, side, shoot, pivot, forward, backward, side, side, shoot, pivot. Continue moving like that. You guys are doing great. And switch stance as you face around, and same thing, forward, backward, side, side, shoot, pivot, and then forward, backward, side, side, shoot, pivot. Excellent work, everybody. Remember, if you mess up a little bit in the combo, it's okay, it's natural. There's a lot of movement patterns going on here. So you're just trying to find your rhythm. And if you mess up, get right back in the stance, just like a fight. Don't give up, right back into your stance. Okay, now switch back into the orthodox stance, and now we're going here. Forward, backward, side, side, sprawl. Then back up, forward, backward, side, side, sprawl. And for those at home who find the sprawl a little bit too ballistic for you, you can by all means just go forward, backward, side, side, put your hands down, step back, step up, back in the stance. That's totally acceptable. Okay, nice work, everybody. Now switch our stance here, and we're going forward, backward, side, side, sprawl. Good. Forward, backward, side, side, sprawl.
Now that's when the fatigue starts to kick in.
Good, almost there. Okay, excellent. Now we're going to face here, an orthodox stance. We're going to imagine an opponent in the center, and we're going to circle, okay? So circling, 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 circling. Then we're going to keep circling and switch directions. Circling around. Switch. Now switch directions. Same stance, different direction. Switch. So you guys are going to stay in right lead throughout on this one. Just moving around an imaginary opponent in the center. Now stop, switch stance, okay? So now you're going to go to your southpaw and start moving again. So circling, circle, 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 switch. Almost there, guys. 20 more seconds. Let's try to pick up the speed a little bit if possible. 15 seconds, switch. 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 And time. Good job. That brings us to the end of the first round. So 5 minutes is out of the way. Now we're going to do some extra calisthenic exercises, okay? We're going to do a squat with a kick. This is an exercise George used to do in karate, and it's very good to do in between the rounds, okay? So starting off here, 4 reps, we squat, kick, squat, kick. And now we're going to lower down to knuckle push-ups, pulling our hands off the ground. Victoria's going to do a plank. It's a variation. If you find your arms are tired, it's totally acceptable. And go ahead, George. And he pulls the hands off.
4 times.
All right, and now we come back into standing. Try to stay loose. Whew. And let's get your body ready for the work that's about to come. We have round 2. So the first round was footwork and body movement. Our second round is striking. We're going to work on the techniques of punching, kicking, knee, and elbow, and the striking component of mixed martial arts.
It's like a real fight. In a real fight, you want to measure your distance. You don't want to go right there and try to brawl with the guy. So the footwork becomes a very important thing right in the beginning.
All right, everybody, great job. Now let's get ready. In our stance, we're going to start with our first combination of round number 2. That's jab, cross, hook, level change. And go. Jab, cross, hook, level change. Jab, cross, hook, level change. Jab, cross, hook, level change. Notice everything's in a right stance, okay? Meaning our right foot's back, our left foot's forward. Our jab hand's always our lead hand. Our cross hand's always our rear hand. Our hook for these combos is always our lead hand. That simplifies things. Notice how they're getting deep on their level change, really working those leg muscles. Okay, guys, almost there, and switch stance, and jab, cross, hook, level change. Jab, cross, hook, level change. We want to develop balance. You want to be good on both sides. Almost everybody's going to have a strong side. If you're right-handed, you're going to feel more comfortable like this. If you're left-handed, you're going to feel more comfortable southpaw. But it's good to develop balance on both sides of the body, not just to do one side. You want to be able to punch equally as strong with both hands if possible. Okay, everybody, great job. Let's switch it around. Now our next combination. We have our uppercut hook rear knee, level change. Uppercut, hook, rear knee, level change. Yep, rear knee, level change. And good. Uppercut, hook, rear knee, level change. Good. Guys are doing great. Yeah, really get deep on those level changes. Try to get a deep squat, really work those leg muscles. We're exaggerating what we would do in a real fight, but that's kind of the idea. Make it harder in training. All right, and switch stance. Uppercut, hook, rear knee, level change. Uppercut, hook, rear knee, level change. Nice. Almost there, guys. About 10 more seconds. You're doing great.
If you need to take a pause, take your pause at the end of the combination, not during the combination.
Okay, now back into our orthodox stance. Okay, now we go hook, cross, hook, rear kick, sprawl, back up, hook, cross, hook, rear kick, sprawl. For those at home that are having a tough time with the sprawl, like I said, you can always go rear kick, hands down, step back, step up. That's totally acceptable. Hook, cross, hook, rear kick, sprawl. Okay, and switch stance now. So we have hook, cross, hook, rear kick, sprawl. Back up, hook, cross, hook, rear kick, sprawl. If you feel it's a little bit complicated, take your time. You don't have to kill it on the first time you try this. It might take 5 times, 10 times watching this DVD till you feel comfortable with it. If that's the case, no big deal. Work at your own rate. Okay, now let's come back into our right lead. We have jab, cross, hook, rear kick, check the leg kick. Jab, cross, hook, rear front kick, check the leg kick. So this is a defensive maneuver at the end. So if someone were to throw a leg kick at you, you're defending it. It also develops balance and stability. All good components of fitness. Rear kick, check the leg kick. Good. Jab, cross, hook, rear kick, check the leg kick. Okay, and switch stance. Here, jab, cross, hook, rear kick, check the leg kick. Jab, cross, hook, rear kick, check the leg kick. Guys are doing great. About 20 more seconds on this combo. Notice how George gets his hand out there too. That's a defensive maneuver they had in Thai boxing. That's a good addition if you want to do it. Okay, now back into our stance. 3 movements. We're going to go jab, roundhouse, side kick, pivot back, jab, roundhouse, side kick, pivot back. Now, so we get a little bit of a rotation, then we throw the side kick. The whole idea here is if you miss with the roundhouse, your opponent closes in, you hit him with the side kick. This takes a lot of balance. It might take some practice, and you also might have to adjust your height. You might have to do the roundhouse low and the side kick low. There again, that's totally okay. All right, and switch stance. So we're here now. We have jab, roundhouse, side kick. Come back. Nice.
Make sure you lift the knee before your side kick. Lift and Victoria. Push.
That's it, Mike. You notice Mike's flexibility isn't the greatest, but he's still doing the technique, okay? That's what we want. If you have the ability to kick high, that's fine.
It's not the height, low. Is the form. Very important.
And time. All right. So that's the end of round 2. Striking components been covered, and now we're going to hit our calisthenics, okay? So the same thing. We're going to do our squats with our kicks. So squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick. Then down into the knuckle push-up position. Arms by the side. Victoria's doing the plank, which is totally fine. And go ahead and go, George. Down, hands off. 1. Down, hands off. 2. Down, hands off. 3. Down, hands off. 4. All righty. Great job. How you feeling?
Feels good. Now my heart rate is coming up now.
It's going to keep coming up because now we're going to go into round 3, which is the striking to the takedowns. We're kind of starting to mix everything together now, right? We're getting the mixed martial arts happening. So this is going to be a little bit different because we're going to incorporate level change, sprawling, shooting, slamming, and uchimata, which is a judo technique, okay? So let's get ready. Let's get in the stance, starting off with our basic jab, cross level change, okay? And go. Jab, cross, level change. Good. Now it starts off simple, but we build into it, okay? And this is one, if you feel you have it down, you may work a little bit harder, and maybe when the other one's a little bit more complex, maybe you have to slow it down and get the feel for it. Good. Almost there, guys. And switch stance. Jab, cross, level change. Jab, cross, level change.
Feeling my leg burning.
Oh yeah, it's all this squat you're doing.
Ah! Let's push through it.
About 15 seconds.
Let's
If
go,
you
everyone.
got it, try to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, almost there now. Jab, cross, level change. Try to keep working. Then we're going to go into our jab, cross, shoot, okay? Let's get 2 more.
Let's push through it.
And time. Okay, now back into our stance. We're going to go jab, cross, shoot, pivot, jab, cross, shoot, pivot. Okay, let's go, guys. Shoot, pivot around, jab, cross, shoot, pivot around. Notice how there's a little bit of a level change on that shot too, guys. And then they pivot around. Excellent. Notice how they're always pivoting towards the back heel. Okay, that calls you to stay in the same stance when you come around. That's what we want. Okay, and switch stance. And same thing, jab, cross, shoot, pivot towards the back heel. Very good. Remember, we're building in complexity here, okay? So keep going, guys. About 15 more seconds on this combo. Then we're going to introduce the lift and the slam into this. And it's changing up the punch combo coming up. Okay, so about 5 more seconds. All right, now into our right stance. We have cross hook, shoot, lift, slam, pivot. Cross hook, shoot, lift, slam, pivot. Let's go. Lift, slam, pivot, cross hook, shoot, 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 lift, slam, pivot. Switch stance now, okay? Facing back to the front. Okay, we're going to face this way and cross hook, shoot, lift, slam, pivot around. Work at your own pace, what you feel comfortable with. And notice that slam, we brace right here. We lower down to a squat, we brace on our arms. That's it. If you feel you have it, try to pick up the pace. So notice there's like an extension, then the
Very
slam.
important. Changing level, everyone. Cross hook, change level to not get hit. Going under the punches of your opponent.
Now back in the stance here. We have elbow, elbow, back step, uchimata, all the way around. Full circle now. All the way around. Good. Elbow, elbow, back step. That's the uchimata right there, right? That's a judo throw. Notice there's a lot of balance and stability taking place there. Way to work, guys. Okay, good. And switch stance. Okay, guys, that's it. So remember, you have elbow, elbow, back step, kick up, and pivot around. Elbow, elbow, back step, kick up, pivot around.
You might find that it's very hard when you switch side. It is normal because your brain is not used to work equally both sides. And you can be out of momentum a little bit.
And naturally, people favor one side. Okay, guys, and now back in the stance. Here we go. Let's pick it up now, okay? We have uppercut, hook, sprawl. Uppercut, hook, sprawl. And go. And remember, our variation for those at home having a tough time with the sprawl, we go uppercut, hook, hands down, step back, step up. You're still getting that horizontal, vertical change. It's causing the heart rate to raise. You're getting a workout if you're doing that. Almost there, guys. And let's come up, switch stance, uppercut, hook, sprawl, up, uppercut, hook, sprawl. That's it, George, good. Nice, Mike. Good job, Victoria.
Let's
Almost
finish
there.
hard.
15 seconds, 15 seconds. Let's try to get at least 10 combos in, George. Good, 2, let's go. 3, good, push, push, push. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, great job. So that completes our striking to the takedowns, okay? That's the end of round 3. Now we have, coming up here is our calisthenics, okay? So we're here in stance. We're gonna squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick. Down into the push-up position, or in Victoria's case, the plank position. And let's go down, hands off, 1, down, hands off, 2, down, hands off, 3, down, hands off, 4, good. Completes round 3. And now we have coming up, I think this is very unique, round 4. You've probably never seen this before if you guys have never done jiu-jitsu. We are incorporating jiu-jitsu, we're incorporating groundwork now, the basic movement patterns, okay? Each one's gonna be 60 seconds. We're gonna be on the ground throughout on this round, okay? A lot of core strength, a lot of hip movement. Let's go and get ready, lie down and take our spots. Okay, and now we're here. We're gonna extend one leg, right leg up. So round 4, starting off, we have our hip escape, all right? Going side to side, stay where you're at, just move side to side, and go. So this right here takes a lot of core strength. What they're trying to do is they're trying to take their body from being straight to a 90-degree angle, back and forth, moving the hips out. This is called the hip escape in jiu-jitsu. Well, basically, this is one of those movements that in order to do this, you have to have a strong core. You have to be able to move your body. There's a lot of leverage, too, so notice how they get onto their side. There's sort of like some lateral components. There's obliques working, abs working, the hip muscles, the glutes, the hamstrings. They have to pull you back in. We're pretty much using the whole body. And they're switching side to side, so as you have it, you can pick up the speed. You can work faster or slower. Just take your time and try to do it correctly.
Yeah, start feeling my oblique now.
Okay, guys, about 10 more seconds, then we have our arm bar abs drill coming up, okay? So keep working. You're doing great. Now for the arm bar abs, all right, let's lie down. We're gonna post our right foot on the ground and rotate. Remember, we keep our shoulders off the ground throughout. So it's almost like we're holding an abdominal crunch. And you wanna try to keep moving. Notice it's like I'm going down like in a sphere, 180 degrees, right? My head's moving all the way side to side. You'll find your abs really start burning on this one. To be a good grappler, you have to have a strong core. And if you want, you can keep your arms right here in the middle, just like you're holding an arm bar.
This is really different than the other round. This is more an isometric tension in the core of our body. We're working the core really much. It's really different. You could feel a different tension than what we have done in the previous round.
You guys are doing great. About 15 seconds. If you find you're getting very fatigued, you can just lower it down and hold in the middle and then continue on. But try to stay at it, okay? Now we have 5 more seconds, then we're going into the Kimura sit-up, okay? And let's go. So Kimura sit-up, going side to side like I'm locking on a Kimura. A Kimura is a very famous shoulder lock that you'll see a lot in MMA. It can be done from any position, but you can definitely do it from the guard position.
It's actually one of my favorite locks.
Going side to side and try to rotate the spine. If you find this a little bit too difficult, you can still imagine doing the grip and do a crunch. Just like this. You're gonna just bring your wrist up and grab, but try to do the full sit-up if possible. Guys, you're doing great.
Now, that is really uncomfortable, but keep going.
And there's strong core. That's the key to being a good grappler. You have to have a strong core. About 10 more seconds, then we're gonna bust into the triangle choke. So let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms to the center. We're gonna come up and grab. Up and grab. We're trying to touch our feet to the ceiling, then lock on that triangle grip, which means one foot under the other as we come down. Switching side to side. Try to get up on those shoulders as much as you can. If you find that you don't really have the abdominal core strength, you're just fatigued from all the work we've done before, just doing this, okay, and then try to raise up a little bit is fine too. But try to get all the way up on your shoulders if possible. We're almost there, guys. About 1 minute and 20 seconds left, okay? Let's try to push it out now.
Let's going, let's keep going.
Okay, it's fine. If you have to just do the motion, then when you can, if you can't, try to Go back into it. Yeah, just a few times. Good. You guys are doing great. All right, and our most complicated here is our hip heist sit-up, okay? So we sit up and we hip heist. Sit up, hip heist. Going side to side. Now you guys keep working at your own speed, okay? And I'm gonna break down this movement for those. You should have watched the foundation section, but just a quick one look. I lift up, kick through, come up, I lift up, kick through, going side to side here. I sit up, lift my hips up, kick through. Almost there, guys. 20 more seconds. Try to pick it up now, okay? Let's pick it up. Let's go. This is a movement that keeps somebody from holding you down on the ground. If they try holding you down, this can get you back up on your feet. Almost there. 10 seconds. Let's go. Push, guys. Push. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Great work. So that brings it into round 4. That's the groundwork. These guys can tell you that really works the core. It fatigues all the muscles all throughout the body. And now let's get ready for our squats with our kicks, okay? Let's get it, guys. 4 reps. Squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick. Good. Down to the push-up position for Victoria, the plank position, and go up, down, hands off. 1, up, down, hands off. 2, up, down, hands off. 3, up, down, hands off. 4. All right. Now we're almost there, guys. So that was into round 4. Round 5, we're going to combine everything. We're going to combine striking, movement, groundwork, everything, all right?
Championship rounds.
Yeah, exactly. This is the championship round. We're combining everything. So we're going to start off with a jab cross. We're going to step off. We're going to throw a kick with our back leg. Then we're going to pivot around and go to the other side.
One more round, everyone. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
In stance, okay? Jab, cross, step off, kick, pivot. Jab, cross, step off, kick, pivot. Now, everybody stay within your own sort of area, okay? So there's not going to be a lot of movement, but you are going to move around a little bit here. So you make sure you have a cleared out area. Watch out for obstructions if you're doing this at your home. You don't want to kick a table or anything. Make sure you always have a clear field of vision when you're kicking, that there's nothing in it.
This is very important to not be linear, everyone. Someone who's linear, it's someone that is easy to hit.
Okay, now here, straight ahead, all right? In our southpaw stance. So we're gonna go jab, cross, step off, kick. Then we pivot, okay? Jab, cross, step off, kick, pivot. Remember, we always pivot towards our back heel. That way we always wind up back in our stance. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down on our knees, okay? Standing guard pass with 2 punches. We always put the knee down to the leg that stood up. 2 punches. Stand up, 2 punches. Go back down. So 2 punches down, then back down. Remember, the knee that stands up is the first knee that goes down. Then you switch sides. And the whole idea is once you get good at this, try to get as many reps as you can. Going up and down as much as you can is going to really get those calories burned. It's going to get you in much better shape. I would say that's the thing that fatigues fighters the most in an MMA fight. People have never fought an MMA fight. It's that vertical to horizontal, going down and up. It really tires out the body. It's so different. About 15 more seconds. You guys are doing great.
Yeah! Let's go through it. Last round.
Okay, let's go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we have our infighting, okay? So we have elbow, elbow, knee, level change. Elbow, elbow, knee, level change. Let's go. Time to start picking it up. We're almost at the end. Good. Good level change each time. Elbow, elbow, knee, level change. Almost there. About to switch sides. Let's go. Push it out. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Switch. Other stance. Elbow, elbow, knee, level change. Try to come right out of that level change right back into your elbow. Try to connect it all together. 15 seconds. Good deep squat. Hands in a good position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch stance. Now we have jab, front kick, sprawl, knee. Okay, let's go. Throw that knee. Good. Back in the stance. Jab, front kick, sprawl, knee. It's like if someone shoots in, you sprawl, you come up, you try to throw a knee. Almost there. 10 more seconds. So let's push it out, guys. Jab, front kick, sprawl, knee. Jab, front kick, sprawl, knee. Think speed, speed, speed. 3, 2, 1. Switch stance. Now here's southpaw. Jab, front kick, sprawl, knee. Try to really throw that knee forward when you do it too. That's it, almost there. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's go. Push, push, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down here now. Let's go. The scramble. This is when you work at your own pace. We have full rotations and we have half rotations. Okay, so our halves here, a full's all the way around. Notice we stay just on our feet and our hands. So everybody's working at their own speed. I'm fresh, so I can do it probably a little bit quicker. Come on, George, try to keep up, buddy. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
And try to keep moving, that's the key. Full rotations and half rotations. Let's go, George. Get after it. Good job, Victoria. Remember, the butt doesn't touch. Feet and hands. Come on, Mike, let's move. 20 seconds. Ha! Let's go, George. Go, go, go. 15. Butt doesn't touch, only the feet and the hands, okay? Stay up, keep moving, don't stop moving. 10 seconds. Come on, push, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that completes the workout, but we're not gonna quit yet, right? We're gonna finish up with our calisthenics. So let's go, let's get in the stance and squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick, squat, kick, and down in the stance. Victoria the plank, George the push-up, and lower down. 1, hands off. 2, hands off. 3, hands off. 4, hands off. All right, everybody, great job.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's,
feels like a fight.
And that's the whole idea. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring to you guys at home a workout that simulates exactly what you're gonna see. We have up, down, we're moving around, we're kicking, punching, kneeing, elbowing, incorporating the basics of grappling, different components that really forces your body to get the metabolism up, burn calories, you become more fit, and also much more coordinated. There's a lot of stuff going on.
We just did a workout that combined dynamic and isometric tension. So this is important to train like this, especially when you fight in mixed martial art. And it's the best way to get in shape. Being isometric and being dynamic at the same time. This is the ultimate workout. Congratulations everyone at home. Congratulations, nice workout. Excellent.
Good job.
Super everyone, great job. Just finished our workout. Now it's time for the cool down.
The cool down, it's very important. We're not going to do a long cool down sequence, but the exercises, they're pretty much what they're doing is resetting your neuromuscular system so that you can go back into your daily life without having your muscles cramp and tighten up. We're really going to stress a lot of the muscles around our hips, okay? That's where we did a lot of work. Also our lats, our shoulders, our chest, pretty much the whole body, but we're going to do the most effective stretches that we can do in the shortest amount of time. This routine should take no more than 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes, okay? So let's go and start down here on our left knee. Right knee up, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch the hip flexor. So I'm gonna contract my abdominal muscles, trying to tuck my glutes right up here up underneath me, trying to tilt my pelvis under. Then I'm gonna reach my left arm straight up in the air, fingertips pointing out towards the left. And I should feel the stretch coming right in here. Now we just wanna lift our chin up while maintaining this contraction, all right? Looking straight ahead, contracting in the abdominals, glutes, stretches right up here in the front. If the arm goes forward, because you have tight lats, try to force it up there in the air, okay? We have about 10 more seconds, so just hang in there. Good.
Really feel the hip flexor
The hip flexor,
here.
exactly. Okay, great. Now we're gonna come up. We're gonna turn, face the other way, lower down to the right knee. Take your time here now, okay? Let's go ahead and set everything in position. So we're gonna contract the abdominals and the glutes and press straight up. And we're holding here for 30 seconds. Now 30 seconds is pretty much the minimum here. We just wanna do at least 30 seconds to make sure we stretch out the body. But if you find you're enjoying this, don't be afraid to go back through this routine, do it one more time, two more times, as much as you want. These are great stretches. You really can't get enough of these.
There is a lot of benefit to gain from stretching.
Okay. Now let's come up here. Now you can do a butterfly stretch, which Patrick is going to demonstrate, or you can just lower right down here into the side straddle. Everybody's flexibility is different, but if possible, we just want to try to split our legs out here, keep the posture upright, and then we want to go forward. You see, the variation that Patrick's doing is working the same muscles. We're trying to stretch the adductor muscles right here in our inner thigh, okay? What I'm trying to do is I'm basically just pushing out, so is George, and we're trying to go forward if we can. We want to lie down flat here. Again, holding each stretch for 30 seconds.
I remember when I used to be a kid, I used to go all the way down. Now as I'm growing up, getting older, it's impossible to do the same thing because I didn't practice enough.
Okay, good. Now let's close up here. Legs straight ahead. Now what we want to do, remember, we just don't want to touch our toes. We want to pull our toes back towards us, contract our quadriceps, sit nice and upright, fingertips pointing down. We're pushing forward with the heel of our palm. If you find that to be too difficult by going forward like this and it's way too much, you can just do this. Just brace your hands right here by your hips, push up, try to keep your posture upright, still pulling your toes back, still contracting your quadriceps, and just trying to eventually lean forward. Once you can break 90 degrees going forward, you can probably take your hands off and push forward.
Really good for the posterior chain.
Exactly.
Hamstring, calf, lower back. This is what you need to do.
Okay, now let's turn to our right. I'm gonna kick my left leg around here, bring my right leg in. Now if you notice, I stick my knee straight out from my hip and I form a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here. Now what I wanna do is I wanna try to go forward, putting my head all the way down to the ground. Everybody has a different flexibility level though, so the key thing is to try to lean towards your left on the stretch. If your left leg's back, lean towards your left, even if you have to stay upright. If you can lower down all the way, that's great. If you're right here, that's fine. This is for the extensors. This is for the muscles on the outside of the hip. A lot of jumping, kicking, all those motions, we've really worked those muscles. Pretty much anything functional, you're using the extensors and the flexors. And now let's rotate around. So this is kind of cool. We're gonna lean to our right and swing to our left, and we come right back this way. Take your time getting into position though. So again, you want your left knee in front of your left hip. You want to try to create a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here. And same thing, try to lie forward. And if you have to, you don't have to push forward. Remember, you don't want to feel any type of tearing or really strong pulling, just a slight pull in the muscles. And the muscles that we're trying to feel are the muscles right outside here, okay? Some people might feel it a little bit up in the back. You shouldn't be feeling it all over. Some people might feel a little bit of hamstring. For the most part, you want to feel it on the outer part of your left hip here. Trying to lie down.
Always a side that you're more flexible than the other. That is completely normal.
Okay, now we're just gonna kick back and through underneath, so we're in the quadruped position. So if you notice, we start out here with our knees right underneath our hips, right? And what we're gonna do, and our hands are underneath our shoulders, we're in a strong foundation. We're gonna extend our right hand forward, then our left hand forward. Now what I want you to do is drop your butt back while keeping your fingertips out there, trying to touch your butt to your heels and trying to get your armpits down to the ground. Once you do that, you're trying to inch your fingertips away as much as you can. And when we're doing this, we want to feel the stretch coming right down throughout the lats, okay? Some people find that they spread their knees out here. They also get a adductor stretch here as well. That's good. You just, you get more flexibility in there. I happen to have loose adductors, so I don't feel anything in the adductors, but I have tight lats. This really stretches my lats every time.
You're really lucky. Me, I'm tight pretty much everywhere.
Okay, guys, great. Now we're going to come up here into this kneeling position. And what we want to do is we want to put our knees together, our heels together. We want to sit back here under our butt. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our back here. The most important thing is that I start to straighten my arms. That's more important than how high they get. Is that first they get straight, then I retract my shoulder blades, meaning I try to pull my shoulder blades together. Once I do that, I raise up as high as I can, and I want to feel stretched throughout my biceps, my deltoids, my pectoral muscles, all of that. And there's almost an infinite amount of stretches, but we don't want to spend all day stretching. You guys just did a hard workout, so we just want to, you know, hit some of the ones that really get the body back to where it was before you did your workout. Good, Patrick. You know, George is very tight here, so this is a great stretch for him.
Absolutely.
Everybody else has good flexibility.
I should do this stretch more often.
Yeah.
Don't be scared that if you do something that you're not good at, that's mean you need to work on it. Like you can see this stretch, I'm pretty bad at it. That is something that I should put more time into it.
Okay, buddy, that's time, and that concludes our cool down. So you have to remember that the cool down, although it seems like it's easy and it's almost like it's the part of the workout everyone wants to forget to do. We did all the hard stuff, you know, we warm up because we want to get ready for the hard workout. Then we do the cool down, but sometimes we forget to do it. Remember, don't forget the cool down. It's going to allow you, it's going to help you to recover and to come back so you can be consistent and work out on a regular basis. It's very important that you do all parts of the workout and you try to be as consistent as possible because that's what leads to progress. If you just, you know, come in on occasion and you do maybe a round or two and then, you know, you skip a few days, you're not going to see the results that you're looking for. The results are going to come through consistency. That's the most important thing. And the consistency is given to you by allowing your body to recover properly, which is why we do the cool down.
And also the cool down is not only physical. For me, I use the cool down as a way to change my mind. I start from being the athlete, George St. Pierre, the fighter. When I work out, I'm the fighter. I'm a martial artist. But the cool down allowed me to make the transition by being the fighter to the everyday normal guy. So it's more than an actual workout. It's also the changing of your mind, putting your mind back into what it should be in everyday's life.